This is the Apple Watch Series 8. Let's talk about it. Start with the design. So this watch has a crown which has the ECG sensor on it, and below that there's a microphone, and also there's a button which is used to open up the control center. We're talking about the speakers. This has a cutout style design, whereas the new Series 8 has a pill-shaped cutout for the speakers. But when we go back to the back, there is the SpO2 and heart rate sensors at the back, and also there's the Apple Watch branding along with the series name and the model number. The color options include black, silver, and red. Also, there's two button-like things at the back which can be used to remove the strap just like this. Move on to the display. This has a really good display with even bezels all around, and also this screen goes up to a max brightness of 1000 nits. Also, this has a screen which gets scratched up, but not like the other cheap watches out there. Apple Watch is the only watch that works seamlessly with iPhones. So even though this watch is 2 years old, it gets the latest updates with watchOS 11, and it works really well with the iPhone. So with the watchOS 11, we get a lot of features which is available on the newer model. So on the lock screen, if you just scroll on the crown, you can see a lot of widgets which shows the recent activity. There's also an amazing watch faces and beautiful looking app drawers. If you're going with the cellular version, then you can connect this to the cellular service and you can accept calls, you can send messages without the need to connect your phone via Bluetooth. It also has Find My support and has two apps built in which can be used to find both people which is there in your family and also the devices which belongs to your family. Also, with mirroring feature using the iPhone, you can control this watch right from your iPhone. And also with the help of control nearby devices settings from the Apple Watch, you can do basic tasks from the watch without touching your phone. So if you press this button, then the control center opens up and you have a lot of options here. Let's discuss some important ones. The main thing here is ping your iPhone. So what this does is if you hold it down, it will just ping your iPhone so you can locate it, and if you hold it down, then the flash on your iPhone will blink so you can find it in darker environments. Walkie-talkie. So what this is, if you and your friend have both of you are having Apple Watch, then if you enable the walkie-talkie feature and connect both of these watches, then you can just send voice commands, that is sort of like voice messages between each other. You can talk to each other irrespective of the distance. I don't know who actually uses this feature, but it is there. Next is the AirPlay feature. So AirPlay feature is the same as that of the one in iPhone. It can be used to connect to different Apple devices like AirPods. A little water droplet icon that you see here, it is water eject, which means it can be used to eject the water out of the speaker if you dip it in water. By the way, when we talk about dipping in water, this watch has IP6X water resistance, which means it can go up to 50 meters. About the battery life, this Apple promises 18 hours of battery life on these, but that varies with whether you use it for workouts or whether you use the cellular. So it varies, depends upon your usage, and also it varies with time as the battery ages. But it will get you a solid 1 day battery life. I've been using this watch for the past 2 years and it is currently at 84% battery life. If you're planning to use this watch for like 2 to 3 years, then get the bigger version like the 45mm on the Series 8. We also have always on display, which drains a lot of battery, and I don't personally use always on display that too often. There's also ECG, where you just keep your finger for 30 seconds on the crown and it'll tell you if there's any issues. It also has different apps like calendar, timer, clock, maps, compass, books, hearing, find people, voice memos, etc. So App Store in this, so you can download apps which support the Apple Watch, just like WatchTube, which can be used to watch YouTube videos right on the wrist. Also Nike Run Club, which can be used to track your steps, your heartbeat, all of that things while you're running. Those are the two apps that I have personally used, so that's why I've mentioned. So there are also other apps in the App Store. So there's also Apple Pay in this watch, so you can just double click the button so it'll activate the card. It is not available in my region yet. Speakers here are pretty loud. Also the microphone quality is really good, so you can, if you're getting the cellular version or even not, you can just accept calls on these and talk to the other person without any real issues. There's also the workout app, which includes a bunch of different workouts, and if you want extra, you can just add by going into the app. Also these measurements are really accurate, and you can just view all of these data in the fitness app in your iPhone. You can even see the route if you on your iPhone if you go for a run or cycling. Now, the most game-changing feature here is assistive touch, which means we can control our Apple Watch using hand gestures like pinch and clench, and which is really useful. You can also use the camera app on this Apple Watch to control the camera of your iPhone. You can just zoom in and out, you can start or stop a recording, you can focus the subject, all of that within the Apple Watch without even touching the phone. Also Apple Music, which means you can take your Apple Watch and your AirPods along with you without the need to take your iPhone. So you can just put your AirPods in, connect it to your Apple Watch, then you can listen to music directly from Apple Music. By users, you cannot directly play media from the Apple Watch, you just have to carry your phone. But if you're using Apple Music, then you can just carry this Apple Watch and your AirPods, and then you can go for a run and you can listen to music. This also gets all the new watch faces which Apple released with the new watch models. Haptic feedback on the Apple Watch is absolutely incredible. You can just feel it when you scroll and you just navigate between apps. You can just feel that in your hand. Also maps in the Apple Watch, so if you happen to put directions on your iPhone, then you can see the navigation directly from your watch. So it has fall detection and crash detection. So what fall detection does is, if you fall down and if it is severe, the Apple Watch will call for help, and crash detection will call for immediately for help if you happen to be in a car crash. Now let's talk about the problems that I have with this device. With regular use itself, the paint peels off from the watch, which is really disappointing considering the price we have paid for this watch. This is especially noticeable if you bought a darker color Apple Watch just like this one. Silver Apple Watch also has the same issue, but it is not that noticeable as compared to the darker color. The second problem that I've encountered with this device is that it gets super hot while it's charging. So I know MagSafe charging generates a lot of heat, but sometimes it gets really hot that I'm tempted to remove the watch from the charger. Apart from that, this is the best smartwatch that you can buy if you own an iPhone. So this one, even in 2025, does almost 90% of everything the new Apple Watch does. I'd still buy this watch at way less cheaper than the Series 10 and this thing does 90% of what the Series 10 does. So that's all about this device. Also, do any of you suffer from the pain peeling off from the Apple Watch body? Let me know in the comments down below.